The Tecno Camon 30 Pro 5G and the Samsung Galaxy A55. Which of these two smartphones should you buy? Which device is actually the best? You know, sometimes you might not want to spend a lot of money on a flagship device and you just want a smartphone that offers what is found on most flagship devices, but at half the price that you pay for a flagship device. And a good mid-range smartphone is your best choice, but which one should you actually buy from the options available? Hey guys, Fred Tech Up here, and in this video I'll be comparing these two smartphones, the Tecno Camon 30 Pro 5G and the Samsung Galaxy A55. Let's see which device you should put your money on. Before we begin, let's get things started with the price. As at the time of making this video, Samsung has slashed the price on all their smartphones. The Galaxy A55 now costs 395,000 naira for 8GB and 128GB of storage. Then 429,000 naira for 8GB and 256GB of storage. That is a huge drop in price from what it used to cost initially. This alone makes it more appealing than the Tecno Camon 30 Pro right here. One might actually argue that the Tecno Camon 30 Pro has 12GB of RAM and 512GB of storage, which is double the storage of the A55. However, to the A55 advantage, it has a micro SD card expansion slot that can take up to 1TB of the card. So at 538,000 naira, the Tecno Camon 30 Pro is still expensive, and a lot of people will be very okay with a device with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. I really wish Tecno can also look into the pricing of these smartphones and come up with a strategy that will make them stay competitive. Additionally, don't forget that when you buy the Tecno Camon 30 Pro, you're also going to get a pair of Tecno buds. But the question is that alone worth the extra money? I'm not sure. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. As you can see, it is clear to say that the Samsung Galaxy A55 right here wins in this category, that is the pricing category. Now let's digress. Starting with what comes in the box of both smartphones, the clear winner here is the Tecno Camon 30 Pro. It comes with all the necessary accessories. It even comes with a free wireless earphone, which could mean a lot to whoever that is going to buy this phone. As for the A55, you only get a USB Type-C charging cord. Now that's a huge win for the Tecno Camon 30 Pro. Moving on to design and build quality, this is where Samsung shows supremacy. In every bit of its design, the A55 is a superior device. It is the one with the best construction. It is the one that feels like a flagship device. It houses a metallic frame and the array is made from glass, just like most flagship phones out there. Now, this is not to say that the Tecno Camon 30 Pro isn't done right. Apart from the fact that it houses a plastic frame and a glass back cover, it absolutely looks really nice. It feels slightly lighter than the Galaxy A55, which is a plus. I've come to realize that people don't really like heavy phones, and that is something to have in mind when cross-shopping these two smartphones. The Tecno Camon 30 Pro also feels solid and well made, but I have to give it to the A55. So the A55 clearly wins this round. Now moving on to display, both devices uses an appealing display technology, which is AMOLED. Tecno is slightly bigger at 6.7 inches, then at 6.6 inches the Samsung Galaxy A55 is wider, and most times it feels slightly uncomfortable to hold. Both displays are super sharp and delightful to watch movies, TikTok and media in general. However, the Tecno takes a notch with its near zero bezel. It makes content more immersive and appealing. Keeping both devices side by side really shows how impressive the Camon 30 Pro is. The thinner bezels around the display makes it more appealing than the display on the Samsung Galaxy A55. Additionally, the display on the Tecno Camon 30 Pro is slightly brighter, especially when you use it outdoors. However, the A55 is the one with HDR10 Plus support. Both displays are actually very impressive, and I can't really say one is better than the other. So this is a tie for me. For the external features, both devices are quite similar. As you can see, both smartphones don't have a headphone jack. However, Tecno has thought it wise to bundle a free wireless earphone, as I said initially. The Samsung Galaxy A55 does come with a hybrid setup for the SIM card, meaning you can either choose to use a dual SIM card without a micro SD card or a single SIM with a micro SD card. The Camon 30 Pro, on the other hand, only gives you the option to use 2 nano SIM cards. No micro SD card support. I feel like they did it because the Camon 30 Pro already comes with a whooping 512GB of storage, unlike the A55 that is maxed at only 256GB. There is no other option than this. Both smartphones come with an under-display fingerprint scanner and they are both fast and responsive. However, the one on the Camon 30 Pro is slightly faster. Unlike the one on the A55, you don't necessarily need to deep press it before it unlocks. I feel like what is really making the A55 look like it's not fast is the unlocking animation. Other than that, it is alright. So with that in mind, I have to give it to the Tecno Camon 30 Pro. It wins this category. Then for the speakers, both smartphones come with a stereo setup and they sound good. But come on, guys, the speakers on the A55 blows the one on the Camon 30 Pro away. Like, the margin is wide. If your ideal smartphone is the one with a very good speaker, then the Samsung Galaxy A55 is the way to go, and it clearly wins this round. When it comes to spill and protection against water, the Tecno Camon 30 Pro has no official IP ratings and certification, but it has what Tecno calls wet hand touch technology. I'm actually hearing this for the first time. What it does is that it allows you to operate the device even when the device is wet, or even when your hands are wet. On the other hand, the Galaxy A55 comes with IP67 dust and water resistance, meaning you can submerge your A55 inside water for a short period of time and nothing is going to happen to it. So, for protection against dust and water, the Samsung Galaxy A55 wins. Now moving on to specs and performance, the Tecno Camon 30 Pro comes with a MediaTek Dimensity 8200 Ultimate, which is a 4nm processor paired with 12GB of RAM and a whooping 512GB of storage. The A55 on the other hand comes with a 4nm Exynos 1480 octa-core CPU paired with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. Guys, when it comes to real-life performance, both devices are actually great. I have never experienced any stutter or performance issues. However, gaming on the A55 gave me a bit of concern. I tested Call of Duty Warzone on both smartphones and I wasn't impressed with the A55 performance. It played the game at mid-graphic settings and 60 frame rates and the gameplay was okay. However, after playing the game for a short period of time, the device became very warm. Like, it became so hot, making it so uncomfortable to hold. The Camon 30 Pro on the other hand also played the game on mid-graphic settings and 60 frame rates and the gameplay was very okay. The device stayed at normal temperature, though it felt slightly warm, but it was still comfortable to hold. It wasn't that hot. It was just warm. When it comes to day-to-day usage, both smartphones are equally very impressive. On synthetic benchmark scores, as you can clearly see here, the Tecno Camon 30 Pro delivered a score of 937,069 on Antutu, while the Samsung Galaxy A55 had a total score of 738,917 on the same Antutu. Then on Geekbench, to my surprise, the A55 scored 1,150 on the single core score, then 3,433 on the multi-core score. The Camon 30 Pro had a single core score of 1,010, then a multi-core score of 3,238. Now, while these are impressive numbers, the Tecno Camon 30 Pro delivers excellent real-world performance, especially when it comes to gaming. Samsung really needs to optimize this device to keep up with the competition, and for that reason, I have to give it to the Tecno Camon 30 Pro, just because it can handle gaming well. This is still very decent. I really wish Samsung can send a software update to iron out some of its issues. Now, for the software side of things, I am sorry to say this, guys, the A55 is straight up better. Both smartphones actually comes with Android 14 out of the box. The Camon 30 Pro uses Tecno's own iOS 14, which is a custom skin on top of Android operating system, while the Samsung on the other hand have One UI 6.1, which is also a skin on top of Android. So why is Samsung better? Well, it comes down to software optimization and refinement. You see, One UI is so well refined. The software on the A55 just feels slightly more polished and mature with very minimal bloatware. It provides a more stable experience overall. Additionally, you're also going to get 4 years of software update with the Samsung device, while on the Tecno, you're only getting 2 years of OS software updates. And judging from the past, Tecno doesn't have a good track record when it comes to Android software update. So with all of that in mind, the Samsung Galaxy A55 takes this round. Now let's talk about the cameras on both smartphones. I'll say both are actually pulling hard on each other, especially when it comes to hardware. This time the Camon 30 Pro comes with a Sony 50 megapixels main camera, another 50 megapixels ultra-wide camera, and a 2 megapixels depth sensor. The A55 on the other hand comes with a 50 megapixels main camera, a 12 megapixels ultra-wide camera, and a 5 megapixels macro lens. Guys, in my own opinion, I feel like the Samsung Galaxy A55 offers a well-rounded camera experience. However, the Camon 30 Pro has changed the game when it comes to image quality and details. To be fair, both smartphones are excellent when it comes to details and perceived image quality, especially when taken on a bright sunny day. You're really going to appreciate the images on both smartphones. The Galaxy A55 has this warm and saturated look that looks very pleasing, while the Camon has a blue tint on some of its images. On this particular picture right here, you can clearly see how sharp the skin is on both smartphones. The Samsung has this warm and saturated look while Tecno stays slightly natural. I love how both devices handle exposure and dynamic range. Everything just looks natural and not too processed, which is what I actually like. Then for portrait images, both are excellent, but I like the way the Camon handle edges in its images. Both have good separation between the subject and the background. But on this image right here, I'm leaning towards the Camon. Kindly take your time and go through the images and tell me which device does it for you, which one you like the most, and which one you think is better in the comment section below. Hey guys, so this is the front facing camera of the Tecno Camon 30 Pro 5G and the Samsung Galaxy A55. I'm currently shooting in 4K on both smartphones, and as you can see here, the footage looks okay. Today is quite sunny and I really love the skin tone on both smartphones. However, the Samsung is leaning towards this natural look, while Tecno has a little bit of processing, but I also like the video quality. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section, okay? As for battery, both devices come to the 5000 milliamp, which should last the same on both, and they actually are very great, meaning you can get a full day of light to medium use, which is decent. However, during my day-to-day usage, I noticed the Samsung device endurance was slightly better than that of the Tecno device, but the difference was very negligible. I'll say that's not even a problem for the Tecno device at all, because the included 70-watt charger took only 47 minutes to charge from 0 to 100%, which is super impressive. Now, as you already know, the Samsung Galaxy A55 doesn't come with a charger, and it can only charge up to 25 watts. You have to pay extra to get a charger, and even when you do, it still will not keep up with the power output of the Camon 30 Pro. So with that in mind, these win this round. And now this takes us to the final part, which is the conclusion. I'll say both devices are great, and whichever one you end up with will definitely put a smile on your face. However, if you're a gamer and want to get something with the best gaming experience, the Tecno Camon 30 Pro is the device to get. But if you want a device that takes the best possible pictures, the best overall pictures with the rock solid optimization and stability, the Samsung Galaxy A55 is the device for you. The Camon 30 Pro takes excellent pictures, and in some cases even better than the A55, but it lacks that consistency. Now let me explain what I mean. You can take 10 pictures on the Camon 30 Pro, 7 out of that 10 will come out looking good. Meanwhile, on the A55, it is always 10 over 10, always consistent with its images. For pure details and sharpness, they are both very good. So that is it, my honest comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A55 and the Tecno Camon 30 Pro. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Secondly, if you enjoyed watching this video, kindly give me a like and share this video. You don't know who it might be helpful to. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll talk to you in the very next one. Bye bye.